Carmelo Anthony still will not accept the role that we think would be fitting of him. That is Brett Erlich in the middle. Jayar Jackson, Denise Jones, Rick Strom. TYT.com/app. Download the TYT app. Also available in the App Store and on Android. So Carmelo via Bleacher Report. I know how to play the game of basketball. I'm not going to do that. As in coming off the bench. I know how to play this game. I've been playing it for a long time. When I feel like I'm ready to take that role, then I'll take that role. Only I know when it's best for me to take that role. I'm not going to do that in a situation where I still know my capabilities and what I can do. At the end of the day, the people who really matter know my capabilities and what I can still do. You start getting to the media and debates, it's always going to be back and forth. Kind of back and forth. We should know though, because he gave us some foreshadowing last year when he was with Oklahoma City and he dropped this gem.
How do you feel about starting at the 4 or the concept of starting at the 4 or even coming off the bench? And the second question is...
For me?
Oh. I guess that answers that part.
I mean, I don't know where that started, where that came from. Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, well, how do you... I guess the bench question is not a question.
He's great. It's just like, dude, if you have to come off the bench, come off the bench. It's tough to read in these situations. Like, from someone who doesn't really play defense, right? Like,
you're speaking on behalf of yourself?
I'm talking about him. He doesn't play defense. So like, there is this undeniable thing about a champion level scorer who takes people calling him a bench warmer as offense, right? And he says, I am not at that point in my career yet where I'm going to do that. I can read that one of two ways. A, awesome. But like one of those ways to read it is like, hey, I'm gonna fight hard to maintain a starting position. And the other one is, if you put me on the bench, I'll show you that you're wrong by just stinking up the joint.
Here's my only point, is with their roster right now, he could technically start. He would just be more fitting to come off the bench. Because as I told Brett this before, Antoine Walker taught me something great, which was you're coming back from injury, you got to transition into the bench role a little bit. It's not a bad thing, because you go up against the opposing team's second unit. You want to put up 18 a game, Carmelo? You come off the bench.
Who's it that told you that?
Antoine Walker.
Antoine Walker.
He's like, there's no better way to get your confidence back than coming off the bench.
Yeah, because maybe he had a problem getting his confidence back. Carmelo Anthony has no problem with his confidence, as we've continued to see. So,
but did you see last season?
Yeah, we saw last season.
His confidence was bad because he wasn't shooting well.
To us.
It was a career low year almost.
But to us.
Right. And to him, the proof is in the pudding with every
The proof is in the pudding, the way he's talking about himself. There's no way he goes, I had a career low season. I disappointed myself. I think I could have done this, and that better. As a matter of fact.
Do you think he thinks he had a good year last year?
No, he thinks he's still good. He doesn't think he had a good year.
That's the problem.
Whatever the good year problem was maybe other surrounding factors, I think, in his head.
Right.
To him, his physical capabilities and his mental state are not diminished.
We gotta yeah, go.
This is what I think. I feel like, here you go.
My wife.
No, here's the thing. Melo did have a really terrible season.
Awful.
But in his eyes, he didn't, because he did that on purpose. He's in control. He's the one that intentionally, I'm gonna prove it to somebody. Whoever it is that he's trying to make a point to is clearly not an important person. And it's one of those situations where it's like, Melo, wake up. Like at this point, you need to just get your act right. Like stop. It's all ego, and I don't think it's one of those where he's gonna get like drastically better, but he can get just a tad if he just stops doing the whole on purposely doing bad thing.
Jared's watching the video that we showed, I think, on Wednesday.
Where Carmelo's playing with Brandon Jennings.
Brandon Jennings and Stanley Johnson. Yeah, dude, you can look good in a one-on-one game.
Exactly, but that's what basketball is a lot of times. So the thing is, again, it's hard for me. I agree, he had a down season. He's not the same Carmelo.
Right? What was that?
It's a one-on-one game and like an isolation game that he's used to playing. I was like, I was just thinking about how they would use him as a six man.
I just didn't know what that face was.
It's my wife.
All right, is Carmelo Anthony better than Ryan Anderson?
Absolutely.
Is he better than Gerald Green?
In doing what? That's the thing.
In
Two different-
starting,
two different
in just
kinds of
starting,
players.
overall game.
You have to take
Not
points
consistent.
off of Carmelo Anthony's production to make up for the points he gives up on the other side of the floor.
Great point.
So yeah, you are a great scorer, but until you play defense, I have to find a way to motivate you. And what you're saying is a bunch of bluster and confidence, but it isn't motivating you to play both sides
But maybe
of the
he's
court.
in a good spot because he doesn't have to play all defense. Because who plays defense in Houston?
Great point.
And then how many
He's in the
points?
right system.
And how many points does James Harden and all those guys score? They make
how
up
many
for
do
his
they
lack
give
of
up?
That's a
defensive
great
production,
point. I
right?
did not
Maybe
think
he's in a
about
good position to do so.
Is Carmelo Anthony better than Eric Gordon?
No.
Eric Gordon's a point or two.
Are you trying to
No, he
ask
can play the
taller?
smaller.
Are you trying to say taller?
Dude, but then they don't even run a natural center. They ran Ryan Anderson at points at the center.
Right. List,
But
yeah.
no, he's not.
I would start Eric Gordon, but like Eric Gordon was a great sixth man. So look, the question is, once they're fully healthy, and if they were to sign another body to come in, if they like sign a Rodney Hood to like a veteran minimum or something, would Carmelo take his demotion in coming off the bench?
Who's the current starter at the 3 or 4, wherever?
I would say
Carmelo-
Eric Gordon. Chris Paul, James
Was he
Harden,
starting at the
Eric
3?
Gordon. No, he was a sixth man last year.
No, but who's starting at 3 that Carmelo's position would be taking? Because they got Luke Amabut. I'm sorry.
Went to the
Ama-
Clippers.
Amute.
Luke Richard
Went to the Clippers.
Bamute.
Bamute, huh?
Went to the
Right?
Clippers,
You
and then
yeah.
Ariza went to the Suns.
But no, he was with the Clippers before he went to Houston. Is he back in LA now?
Yes.
Bamute.
I
He
was
went
gonna say
back.
Ma. It's Ba.
Bamute. Like
Luke
Right?
Richard, Mbah.
So that guy started at times in
Well,
Houston,
it
right?
was Ariza mainly, but yeah.
Right, that guy started. I would put Carmelo in over both of those guys.
Over
For
Trevor
82
Ariza?
games.
Wait.
Absolutely.
Well, they're not there
Did you
anymore.
see what
Not there
Trevor
anymore,
Ariza
so it
did?
doesn't matter. Would you start him over Eric Gordon is my question. All right, now we have a discussion.
In the position, what they used Eric Gordon for? No, because Eric Gordon did great as a 6-man. It
He
works.
did. He did.
Now, in order to play 6-man, as we're finding out right now, you have to have the right mentality to do so. Eric Gordon has it, and he did it. Carmelo is not going to have that mentality, so it's not going to work.
Can I just make a quick point?
Carmelo's playing for himself.
Carmelo. That's the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, huh?
Carmelo.
Like it's not the things. It's not always based on the numbers and what we think and what we like or dislike or we look at this guy did. Sometimes it's what will work.
Can you
And
imagine?
Carmelo won't work as a 6-man because he doesn't want it. So
Right.
if
He
you
doesn't
put him
want
in
it.
that, it's going to be a waste of time. You're going to get even less production out of it.
The D'Antoni system is a very like running system. Yes, it's very scoring heavy, but you also got to run. And is that what Carmelo does? Like,
It's not.
is the spot up at the end of it going to be enough incentive to get him down the court? Time after time after time in a system that runs people specifically at Carmelo's point in his career until they freaking break.
By the way, every Western Conference team should thank the Phoenix Suns because they gave Trevor Ariza $15 million. And he's probably the best defensive small forward they had on that team last year.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let us know your thoughts. Carmelo Anthony not accepting the 6-man role. Comment section below. Subscribe to 2IT Sports.